Welcome to another trade recap. Today's trade recap is for Tuesday, February 25th, 2025. Interesting day. Interesting past couple of days, actually. Um, so like the past 4 days, there's just been a huge sell-offs. The market correcting itself, sweeping all this low resistance liquidity and higher time frames and stuff. Yeah. So like starting from like let's say Friday or Thursday, actually, Friday, Monday, and then today as well, we've been having huge sell-offs, right? Um, and then it's just been crazy. I will be going over yesterday's trade as well because I did take a trade yesterday. But first, let's cover today's trade. So coming right into today, right? We had these highs, and then I believe it was these lows, and then these lows, and then these lows down here as well, right? That was pretty much it on my 4 hour. Scaling down to the 1 hour, right? Had these 1 hour highs, 1 hour highs up here, and I had these hourly imbalance balance up here as well. That was created after that 9 a.m. candle, right? And then we also had it's 4 hour imbalance up here. Yeah, that was pretty much it, right? Coming into today, this 4 hour and the hourly imbalances and these hourly highs. Okay, so that was it, right? And then these were I don't know what these ones were. I think this one's for Monday's price action. Yeah, let me all right, so this is pretty much it. Okay. With that being said, right, we're ready. Got on the 5 minute, right? Market open, literally dumped as it's been doing for the past couple days, right? And the way I like to trade reversals or liquidity sweeps, unicorn, 2022 ICT model, however you want to call it. Um, but it's pretty simple, right? A trade you could have taken, right? Because lately we've been only taking 15-minute lower time frame highs or liquidity sweeps and then selling off, and we had a perfect example of that today. These highs did not get swept. See the highs 2145.75. Oh, actually, it kind of did get swept by like a hair, but you could have taken a trade right here at the open, and I will show you what confluences you could have looked out for, right? So coming into the market, right, we had a huge sell off, right? If this was going to be the liquidity sweep, a confluence would have been the SMT that was formed, right, about an hour before, and then we also had waited a bit. We got across the EMAs, and then we also got a smaller SMT on the 1 minute from these highs to these highs, and then you could have taken it from here, tap into a breaker structure right here, stops above right here, so you would have been not wicked out, but almost. But you still would have been in, right? Could have got something like this if you wanted to trade this small SMT. Oh shoot! Right, enter right here, somewhere around here. Stops right around here to keep it tight. And what could he have aimed toward? All the way down here. If you felt really confident, you could have aimed for these lows down here, right? And that was pretty much it, right? Not much. That's a trade you could have taken, a trade idea. SMT right here, and then what would have kept you safe when confident was if you really wanted to wait, you weren't too sure. The cross right here, the cross of the EMAs on the higher time frame, the SMT on the higher time frame, that would have been key for you. And you could have put it above the cross of the EMAs, right? And then literally just aimed for lower and then been safe. That's just one trade idea, one possibility. Something you could have taken. Again, I don't trade like this. I trade reversals. Excuse me. So what I was waiting for a sweep of liquidity, right? We got a sweep right here at 9:55. That's around 10 a.m. when that candle finally closed. And as you can see, we didn't really have much, right? We did have this fair value gap that was tapped into, but again, it was closed above it or out of it, so disregarded completely. And then we still had bearish confluences disrespecting bullish order flow right here. So this bullish order flow, we didn't break structure or nothing. We disrespected this bearish one, but quickly disrespected it back down. And EMAs were still not crossed. So again, waited. How back on the 5 minute? What was I waiting for? I seen that we got a fair value gap. As soon as I seen that, I was like, yep, it's a big gap form. It's probably gonna tap into it, keep going lower. What did I see? There was nothing for me to trade, right? Nothing for me to trade here. There's literally nothing for me to trade until around right here, 10:30. That's when the candle. That's usually when I stop trading. But because I was so confident that price was gonna come back, and I was looking at the 5 minute time frame, I had seen. Actually, sorry, 1 hour time frame. I seen that we had created this 1 hour fair value gap, right? I had seen that we had made this 1 hour fair value gap, so I was kind of sure that it was going to come back and retrace because it was such a huge sell off. Again, if we got the Fibonacci retracement tool from these range highs to these range lows, right? It has to come back at least to right here, right? So imbalances is something that price always hunts. So I was sure that it was going to come to this half point of the Fibonacci retracement, or the what is it, Gom box actually? One out of two. It's gonna come out to 50% line of it to the or let me just simplify it, to the discount of it because it was already in premium, right? It had to come back to the discount. Am I saying this wrong? It sounds wrong. Discount premium. Sorry. Oh yeah, the discount because premium is also so discount before selling off even more if it's going to continue to sell off and take these high time frame lows, right? So that was just, and then the imbalance just made it like a higher target, right? To completely come and boom, take it. So with that being noticed, I was just waiting on the 5 minute. No SMTs formed, nothing. But I was watching these green candlesticks. And but there was really nothing for me to take. Right? There was across the EMAs, but there was no tap into the fair value. Yeah, nothing. No clear sweep of liquidity where I could have order blocked, checked out, nothing. No fair value gap, only this one, but it didn't even break structure back up, so it wasn't convincing. And a small SMT was formed here on the 1 minute. And right here, we got a sweep of these lows, right? Order block formed at this point, break of structure back up, tap into the order block, another break of structure right here, right, with this candle right here, and across to the EMAs, which was perfect for me to enter on longs. And I entered right here for a nice 4.3 to 1, right? And what was I aiming for? Literally these 1 minute and 5 minute highs. Um, because there was a 15-minute fair value gap. So if you look at 1 minute, there was a high. 5 minute, it was also a high on the 5 minute, right? But then also, if you go on the 15 minute, there was a huge order block. I mean order block, a fair value gap. Sorry, right here, right? Um, because there was a fair value gap, I thought, okay, this is gonna be one of the targets that price will come to, at least to fill. And if it wants to continue, it'll respect something and I'll enter again. That was my thought process, right? So when this happened, right, this was my final take profit. This is where I was gonna close my first trade. I didn't even think of taking a second trade until I was like, you know what, if it comes here and if it stays or it respects it, it'll keep going. So that's when I'll enter again. But for now, I just want to take my full take profit right here at these 5 minute, 1 minute highs and 15-minute fair value gap. So that was the first trade. Second trade, again, I was still on the 15-minute when I started seeing this candle down. I seen that we had formed a um we had a 15-minute fair value gap form right when this candle closed at 12:15, right? Made a fair value gap, which was also a 5-minute fair value gap right here, which came down. I knew that we had another 5-minute fair value gap down here, but it didn't come down there, right? It came to this fair value gap. It tapped into it, respected it, right? Completely rejected it, which was good to see, right? It was showing that we still have bearish momentum, and we had a 5-minute cross of the EMAs. We got a cross of the EMAs on the 5-minute time frame, right? Which is huge signs, huge bearish sign, right? The higher the time frame confluence, the more stronger it is. So when I seen huge rejection from the 5-minute and 15-minute for value gap, right? And I seen cross the EMAs, I was like, okay, bet. Scale down to the 1 minute. I'm open to looking for more trades. Um, we had an order block form sweeping all this 1 minute lows, but we didn't get a tap into it. We also, though, what made it a confluence for me to take was we had to cross the EMAs, we had to break your structure, and I was like, okay, that's my signal to go. That's it right there. Cross the EMAs, break of structure. I entered. Where was I putting my stop loss? Just at the end of the start of this bullish candle order flow. Initially, right? That's where I put my initial stops. As soon as I seen this fair value gap form on the 1 minute, I was like, okay. I started seeing it tap into it and respect it. I brought my stops to break even, and I was like, if we're still on bullish order flow, right? We still have bullish momentum. It will respect this, and it will not come lower than this 50% mark, and it will continue going higher, right? And if it stops me out, then we are not anymore on a bullish order flow, bullish trend. So I stuck by that. I was like, I already made money for the day. I will be happy breaking even on this trade. I don't mind. But luckily, we still were on a bullish order flow. My thesis and my bias was correct for the day, and I was targeting these 1 hour highs, 1 hour fair value gap highs, literally. That were created during session, right? Because if I see they were created at 9 a.m., so this kind of closed at 10. The fair value gap was created right here, and that's what I was aiming for. That's what I was like, okay, that's where price will come and reverse to. And why was I so confident in taking these reversals? Because of what's called the midday reversal. Everybody goes to lunch like around 11. That's why I only trade till 10:30, 10:30, 11. Everybody's getting ready to go to lunch. 11 to like 13 or like 1 o'clock. So 11 to 1 Eastern Standard Time, right? Everybody goes to lunch. So therefore, it's like free flow traffic one way, and that's where reversals come in, right? So either it's bullish or bearish order flow, it will always go on the opposite way of where it was already going for that split moment of time. See that it only came till 3:15, 1:15, sorry, 1:15, and then once everybody started coming back from lunch, which is usually like 13:30 or 1:30, it started going back down. But you can see now it's just chopping. But that was essentially my trade idea. and my thought process behind my trade idea today. And then yesterday's trade idea, which is February. Something similar, right? It's sell off again. However, we had if I just there we go. We'll just come right here. We had a 1 hour high. I mean 1 hour fair value gap. A 4 hour fair value gap, sorry. Along with this huge fair value gap on the 4 hour. And that was pretty much it. These 1 hour highs. Or 4 hour highs, 4 hour highs up here, and then that was pretty much it. These 4 hour lows. Right? 4 hour lows, 4 hour lows, and then 4 hour lows all the way down here. And we had 1 hour highs, 1 hour, 1 hour fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap, 1 hour fair value gap right here as well. That's pretty much it, right? And then the lows, right? We were waiting for it to get swept. It swept all the lows, and then created SMT. But the trade you could have taken right here at the open was another SMT style trade. On the 15-minute, we had a 15-minute SMT being formed, and then a huge sell off, right? If you go on the 5-minute SMT as well. At this point, you can start looking for trades, right? We had a fair value gap right here, small but there. But along with the SMT is a strong confluence, right? And we had to tap into it and then back sell off, cross to the EMAs right here, which is another good sign. SMT, small fair value gap, cross to the EMAs on the high time frame. Let's go down to 1 hour, or 1 hour, 1 minute. What would I've been looking for? Break of structure, or just wait for this to completely invalidate this bullish fair value gap, right? And then entered off the inverse fair value gap of that, because that completely is disregarding bullish order flow, right? Could have done something like this. Stops right above the SMT because that is a protected high due to the SMT, and then aimed all the way down to the lows that I had pointed out on the higher time frame, right? Something that you could have done. I didn't do that because I didn't peep the SMT at the time. I was too focused on the smaller time frame. I was waiting for a sweep of liquidity, right? And we got the sweep of liquidity all the way down here at 10:05. So 10:10, I was already ready to look for a trade. And I entered somewhere around here. I don't remember. I think it was like right here. Yeah, because we had this small fair value gap. I'm just kind of speeding through this because the trade paths in it. I don't think there's any importance to it because it was yesterday. Yesterday's price action was kind of similar to today's. I was just kind of caught and chopped. And then today's trade is what I thought yesterday's trade was going to be like, because again, coming into, see, lunchtime, big reversal and back up. And I kind of just jumped the gun too early. I entered right around, because I seen this fair value gap, and then there was a small fair value gap where I see it. I was like, okay, this is probably all it's going to retrace, because we had this huge push back to the upside. These range lows to these range highs. It was already at the discount, right? And so at this point, I was like, okay, it's not going to come any lower than this. At that point, I thought, because of how much these wicks were, or candles were, sorry. I thought we had a lot of momentum. Waited for the break of structure, which was right here. And I thought, okay, I put my stops right underneath this fair value gap, because I don't want to have to go this low, and use a little bit of contracts. And I was like, this fair value gap low is good enough, because if it comes down and if we're still on a bullish order flow, it's already low enough to give it some breathing room. And if it's respecting bullish order flow, it'll just tap in and bounce right back up, right? So that was my thought process. Because we broke structure, I thought we were okay, green to go, and I was aiming for obviously the highs, right? The fair value gaps. Um, this first fair value gap, that was all I was aiming for, nothing crazy. Um, Unfortunately, as you can see, got chopped up and stopped out. Um, pretty quickly actually. This trade didn't take more than like a couple minutes. 22 minutes. Yeah, stopped me out right before taking off again. I could have at least banged like a small win, I guess. Well, not even a small actually. Let me see. Could have. Oh yeah, could have banged like a 101. At least a 101. The rest stopped at a break even, but wasn't the case. And yeah, fortunately got stopped out yesterday for a loss. So week we are two for one, right? 2-1, 2 wins, 1 loss, because today I took 2 trades, made up for yesterday's losses, and a little more. So we are still green for the week. Overall happy with my trading yesterday. I could have waited. What I could have done better yesterday is waited for the cross of the EMAs. As you see, it never crossed. I thought because it was so like blurry, like right here, not blurry, but it was hella covered because of the wicks. I couldn't really see it. And I thought, okay, maybe it'll be crossing already, with the next candle. But no, it literally dumped on me. I could have just waited for the cross of the EMAs for extra confirmation, and then it would have been solid. I feel like it's something I could have done better yesterday. But yeah, with that being said, everybody, thank y'all for tuning in. And yeah, catch you on the next trade recap. Peace.